This video is about Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group's fiscal year 2024 full year financial results, period from April 2024 to March 2025. MUFG, Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group, is Japan's largest bank holding company. MUFG is one of the three Japanese megabanks, alongside SMFG, Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group, and Mizuho Financial Group. FY2024 Financial Results Summary. MUFG reported NOP, net operating profits of 1,591.1 billion yen for fiscal year 2024, a decline of 252.5 billion yen compared to the previous year. This drop occurred even though the customer segments performed strongly, with profits rising by around 20%, driven by solid growth in retail banking, corporate services, and possibly international operations. The overall decrease in NOP was primarily due to strategic investments aimed at future growth, including a rebalancing of the bond portfolio. This likely involved selling low-yield bonds in response to rising interest rates, which temporarily reduced profits, but were intended to strengthen long-term earnings resilience. Despite the fall in NOP, MUFG's net income rose to astonishing 1,862.9 billion yen, an increase by 25% from the previous year, marking the highest net income since the group's establishment. This gain was largely fueled by the expansion of customer-related businesses, along with positive contributions from equity holdings, overseas affiliates, and potentially improved cost management. The result highlights the benefits of MUFG's diversified business structure and strategic capital allocation. Additionally, MUFG achieved ROE, return on equity of 9%, reaching its medium to long-term target range of 9 to 10% in the very first year of its medium-term business plan. This performance indicates efficient use of shareholder capital and improved overall profitability, signaling strong momentum toward the group's longer-term financial and strategic goals. FY 2025 Financial Targets and Shareholder Returns. MUFG has set ambitious financial targets for fiscal year 2025, aiming to achieve net income of 2 trillion yen, the highest since the group's establishment, and to approach a return on equity of 10%. These goals are set despite ongoing global uncertainties, with the assumption that trade policy negotiations will progress and global supply chains will remain stable. In terms of shareholder returns, MUFG plans to increase its annual dividend to 70 yen per share, a 6 yen rise from fiscal year 2024. This is part of a broader commitment to enhancing shareholder value. Additionally, MUFG has resolved to repurchase up to 250 billion yen of its common stock during the first half of fiscal year 2025, further signaling strong capital discipline and confidence in future earnings. Comparing the fiscal year 2024 results to the fiscal year 2025 targets, MUFG aims to boost net operating profits to 2.2 trillion yen, an increase by 38%. Net profit are targeted to grow to 2 trillion yen, up by 7.4% year-over-year. The increase in projected net income is expected to be driven by higher interest income, partially stemming from the bond portfolio rebalance undertaken in fiscal year 2024 and continued growth in customer segments. However, total credit costs are projected to increase substantially from 108.7 billion yen in fiscal year 2024 to 350 billion yen in fiscal year 2025, reflecting MUFG's cautious approach to credit risk in the face of an uncertain macroeconomic outlook. Overall, MUFG's fiscal year 2025 targets and shareholder return plans demonstrate a proactive strategy focused on growth, capital efficiency, and rewarding shareholders, while maintaining prudence in risk management. Impact of new trade policies on various countries. MUFG recognizes that shifting trade policies and geopolitical tensions are creating high uncertainty, with potential impacts on global economies and its own business performance. Key risks include supply chain disruptions, stagflation, economic decoupling, inflation, fiscal instability, and currency fluctuations, such as US dollar distrust and yen appreciation. In response, MUFG has established a cross-functional team to monitor these developments from macroeconomic, financial, and operational perspectives. Despite the challenging environment, the bank remains committed to achieving over 2 trillion yen in net income and an ROE above 10%, backed by sustainable growth and strategic resilience. MUFG recently faced two serious incidents. First, there was an inappropriate collaboration between the bank and its securities division, which likely involved a breach of internal rules or regulations regarding the separation of financial services. Second, there was a theft of customers' assets from a safe deposit box, indicating a major security failure and breach of customer trust. Both incidents raise concerns about internal controls and corporate governance within the organization. Status of administrative actions regarding the incidents. MUFG is implementing improvement measures and internal audits as planned, while enhancing compliance through advanced procedures, training, and monitoring. In response to inappropriate collaboration with its securities unit, key reforms have been completed, including revised procedures, stronger oversight, and customer-focused initiatives. Following a theft incident, the bank reinforced asset protection measures, tightened oversight, and reviewed HR practices. MUFG continues to strengthen fraud controls, reinforcing its commitment to integrity and customer trust. As it has been widely covered in daily news and involves a matter of customer trust, I strongly hope MUFG will implement thorough improvements. Share repurchases. Previously mentioned share repurchase plan includes buying back up to 175 million shares of MUFG common stock, which represents approximately 1.52% of the total outstanding shares. The total amount allocated for this buyback is up to 250 billion yen. The repurchase period is scheduled to run from May 16, 2025 to July 31, 2025. 1.52% share buyback is actually a large-scale repurchase for MUFG, which has a market capitalization of 23 trillion yen. As the company is aiming for record-high earnings again this fiscal year, hopefully additional share buybacks will be considered. Stock price. This is the Japanese yen-based chart for the last 1 year. The Japanese yen stock price is 1,947 yen as of May 16th, and the US dollar stock price is $13.46 as of May 15th. MUFG's stock price, like those of other Japanese companies, temporarily declined following the announcement of the Trump tariffs, but has been steadily rising since then. Current PBR is 1.09 and PER is 11.2. Dividend yield is 3.6%. Compared to the past few years, the current stock price is slightly high from the perspective of PBR and PER. However, since dividend payouts have been increasing, the dividend yield is now higher than before. Like many other Japanese companies, MUFG has also seen improved business performance, and as a result, dividends have continued to increase. Conclusion. FY 2024 saw record high profits, and this year, FY 2025, MUFG is forecast to surpass that with an impressive projected profit of 2 trillion yen. Share buybacks and dividend increases have also been approved for this fiscal year, which is a positive development. While there are concerns about uncertainty due to the potential negative impact of Trump-era tariffs, there's also the possibility of a Bank of Japan rate hike, which could further boost the banking sector's performance. Japanese banks are currently considered one of the most promising and well-performing sectors among Japanese stocks, so there are high hopes that in fiscal year 2026, MUFG will once again achieve record profits, along with further dividend increases and additional share buybacks.